and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Now let's work on the exit and the reset. So I'm going to exit out. Let's go to design, and I'm going to double click on exit. Okay, right inside the exit procedural area, I'm going to use an if statement. If message box is actually called MessageDlg. I think that is what it's called. Uppercase I, no, it's L. MessageDlg. Okay, if you want to find out what that means, you can always do that. So I'm going to say confirm if you want to exit. Let's make sure there's a quote. It's in a quote here. Confirm if you confirm if you want to exit. That's one of the first arguments. Okay, maybe I can just enter a question mark there. And the next argument that I'm going to enter will be the empty confirmation. So let's bring that down here and just enter empty confirmation. Alright, comma, then a square bracket, and this MBY, that will represent the first button that you will see on the message box. Then MB, no. Close up that square bracket, comma, and I'm going to say the first argument, the very first one is the 0. Okay, and that 0, which is this very one here, is going to be MB yes, this very one. Okay, MB yes right here. Then we will then say MB yes equals MR yes. Then okay, let's get rid of this my then. That should be here. Then in that case, I would like it to begin. What do I want it to do? I just want the system to end. So underneath here, I'm going to then enter application dot terminate. You can use terminate, or you can just say from close, from one close, or just close. But I'm going to use terminate. In fact, I will demonstrate it all. There we go. Right. Let's see how that's going to work. I'm going to click on run. There's no error, so it should work fine. I'm going to try exit now. You see that? Confirm if you want to exit. No. Would you like to exit? Yes. You see how that works. Okay, that's application.terminate. Let's go for close. Okay, with a close there, and you see it should work exactly the same way. So I'm going to run that, and you see that. So the choice is yours, whichever you want to use. And there's another one which is form 1. Look at my form here, form 1 dot, let's copy it this way, form 1 dot close. So the choice is yours, whichever you want to use. Okay, let's try that again. Look at that. That's fine. It's all working fine. So you can use these or either of those two that I've just shown you guys. Okay, the choice is yours. There. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, any of those works. Alright, so we've taken care of exits. Okay, as as you guys can see, if you click on no, nothing happens. Okay, try that again. No, so you are still within the system. But if you click on yes, that's it, you get automatically exit out of the system. So let's go back to our design view now. Let's double click on reset. Okay, with the reset, guess what, you can always prompt the user as well to confirm if they want to reset the system or not. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, look at that. Or just before that, let's do one thing first before I copy that. So the reset, I'm going to say txt latte dot text equals clear. There. So let's repeat the same for the others. Copy that. txt espresso. There we go. Then txt iced latte. There. So I'm going to speed that up. And right there, guys. So those are the lines of code that will clear the or reset the components. So that's for the very first. And this is for the receipt, the rich text box. That is for the second one, the cake. This is for the drinks, the receipt, the cakes. There we go. And these are the text box and so on as well. So have a good look at them. And here, once you reset, all I've just done is enable that become false. Okay, there. Take it down, and here the checkbox. I'll set them all to default. Alright, so let's run it and see how that's gonna look like. There we go. See, I can just enter whatever I want in there. There, click on reset. See that? Now, if you look at the resets, the system did not prompt me to confirm if I want to reset or not. So I'm going to copy this. Remember my exits. Okay, I'm going to copy that, the lines of code for exit, and just paste it right here. There we go. So here it's just going to say confirm if you want to reset. So change that to reset the system. Okay, and right underneath here, let's end the whole process. We just put an end to it, just like we have up here now. Okay, and end. So I'm going to take it right down and end it. There. Alright, so it's going to officially prompt me to confirm if I actually want to go ahead with the reset or not. So let's assume we have some data in here. There. Click on reset. No, I don't want to reset. Yes, I do want to reset. Look at that. Okay, that's very good. Okay, now let's take care of the total before we take care of the reset. In the case of total, we're going to have to declare some variables. So right underneath here, say if you have a private variable, you can always declare them here, or a public one. So I'm going to declare it inside the public. So all of my variable is going to be a lot of those. The first one is going to be latte. The next one is espresso. And let's say I latte, that's for the iced latte, and the veil, comma, let's say a coffee. Let's use uppercase for that. I'm going to call this one Kappa. That would be for the cappuccino. Then iced cappuccino. And the data type that I'm going to use double. There we go. So that's the first lot of my variable. There's going to be a lot of those though. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. There we go, guys. Those are the variables that I intend to use. In total, I have approximately 39 to 40 there. Okay, have a good look at it. Let me just, so that you guys can see it properly. There they are. There. Those are the variables that I intend to use. Okay. Now, let's go straight into the total. So I believe you guys can see it. There they are. Have a good look at it. Alright, let's go to design and scroll right down. Double click on total. So right inside the total here, the first thing I want to do is to assign some data for all of those variables that I declared. So let's say latte. Let's get it initialized. So latte, I'm going to say the price of that, let's say about 2.3. There. Then we'll say espresso. That is going to be equals there. Iced latte, let's say it's about £1.50. Okay. There. There's just one there. Okay, let's initialize the others and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay, all done. So here, let's just say we initialize cost of coffee. Now the other one, let's come down here and I'm just going to call that assign numeric value. So now assigning numeric value to the text box. Whatever we have inside the text box is assigned to the variable. So assign numeric value for cakes. Alright, now so the very first cake that I call latte underscore, no, that's the very first drink, coffee. So that is going to be convert to string, no, convert string to font. And the data that I'm converting is inside txt latte dot text. There. So the first one is taken care of, the second one, and so on. Let's go for the second one now. I'm going to copy this just to speed up the whole process. Paste and paste. So this is going to be espresso. I think I call it expression with an N. Now the next one is going to be, let's change this first to espresso, and this one I'll take that off, and this one I'm going to call this ice latte. All I'm doing here, guys, is just initializing the variable using whatever data I have inside the text box. Okay, now finish initializing the variables. Okay, have a good look at them. The very first one that were initialized, the second one. Okay, and right underneath here, I'm now going to use this variable to carry out some calculations. So let's enter a comment in there and just say calculation, or calculate cost of items. Now the very first one is going to be the cost of drinks. Okay, the cost of drinks. I have a variable called the cost of drinks. Let's go right up here. Cost of drinks. There we go. Okay, I'm going to need the cost of drinks. This is very one. There. Let's copy that. Now, right underneath here, the cost of drinks equals, in a quotes, let's say latte. Okay, latte underscore coffee multiply by latte. So that should give me the very first one. But I want all of this inside. Okay, I need to add the other ones that I'll be able to add the cost of all the drinks into the text box that is called txt drink cost. Alright, so I might as well say plus. The next one is going to be espresso. Let's come down here and just say espresso. No, with an N actually. We'll multiply that by espresso. It's ES. Close that. And let's add another one. Iced latte. We multiply that by I latte. Close that. Alright, so that is taken care of. Now that's iced latte. There is no space, there's no underline there. I think this is it. Grab that and use it to replace this. Okay, that's fine. So the next one is going to be the veil. Okay, so maybe I have to speed that up. Veil, multiply that, veil coffee underscore veil coffee, this one, paste it right there. All I'm doing now is multiplying this by this and storing the whole value in here. Okay, you can always bring them all on one line, but I just want you guys to be able to see it properly. That's why it's like this. Okay, so close that. Plus, let's see, where do we have, that's Ville. Let's come down here. There's no uppercase. Oh no, this is wrong. Get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, the next one is going to be a coffee. Multiply that by African coffee underscore coffee. There. Almost done. So let's just speed that up. It's exactly the same process anyway. That is it. All done. So every single thing here, I've multiplied these by these and so on, and then store it right in here. Okay, so that's for the drinks taken care of. We are here to take care of the coffee. So now let's grab this total. I'm going to store it inside the drinks. So this is where the drinks goes, right here. So what is it called? It's called txt drinks. So txt drinks, we can always copy that from here, the name. There we go, drink costs. So back inside total. So right underneath here, let's press enter. Paste that in there. Dot text, that is equals, taking all of this, that. But we have to convert it. But first thing first, I want to enter a pound sign there. Plus, let's convert the floats to string. So this is float, is now officially converted to string. There. So that takes care of that of drinks. Save that. We can even try it out. Okay. The same method is going to be used for the cakes. Here I have the drinks and that's the cakes. So for the drinks, let's select whatever in there. Let's go for Africa, America too, and click on total. There we go, look at that. So that's working. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the cakes. Then we'll work out something for the service charge. Reset, yes. Exit, yes. That is good. So let's speed up that of the cakes. Right here, guys, those are the lines of code for the cakes. I've initialized the cakes with the value or with the price. So you can change the price of the cakes to whatever the choice is yours. Let's make it a little bit realistic, so that's fine. And change this to about £3 plus. Okay, now depend on how many you want that goes in here, is now stored in here. Okay, and then the multiplication is here, and the whole total cost of everything is stored right inside the text box for the cakes. Okay, it's converted from float to a string. So let's run that. Let's see. That is for just the drinks. This is for cakes. There. and decision time. Let's click on total. There we go. Look at that. Okay, now let's work out these. So the service charge, I'm just going to make that up. Okay guys, I've just made up my service charge. The cost of drinks is stored into drink service charge. Cost of cakes stored into cake service. Now service charge equals, I added both of them together, just divide by 100. So the service charge is not going to be that much. That is the service charge taken care of. There we go. Now to work out the total, no, let's go for the tax first. Cost of the cake plus the cost of the drink plus the cost of service charge. Then we multiply that by 2.3. Okay, depend on you, your tax rate might be lower or higher. And divide by 100, and it then stored inside the variable called tax. And here, service charge is stored in here into the text box of service charge. Okay, so we should have, let me put that here so that you guys won't get it mixed up. There we go. And that is for tax. And that of tax is stored right in here. Right there. Now for the subtotal, we then added the drinks, which is this one, the cakes, and the service charge. That gives us the subtotal. As for the total, we added all of these plus the tax, and that gives us total. So let's run that. But before then, let me show you guys the codes again. Take it from the top of the procedure. Cakes initialize, no, drinks initialize. And the cakes, value assigned from each of the text box, how many you want, then that is calculated in here and stored inside out of the drinks. And that is for the cakes. There we go. And service charge yet, tax here, and subtotal and total. Now let's run that. We are almost there now. Okay, select whatever. Click on total. There we go. Look at that. Now, finally, what is left is just to take care of this. Receipt. Exit. Click on that and double click on the receipt. So for the receipt, I'm going to first of all start by entering the name of the receipt, RT receipt dot text, that is equals the very first value is going to be, no, okay, let's just say, give it a title, Café Management System. There. So I'm going to say plus S break line break, S line break is called. So that means more or less like carriage return. Go to next line. So go to next line again. So let's just copy this, paste it in there. So give it me 2 space. Now the next one, I'm going to copy this, copy that, Now the next one is going to be cost of drinks. The cost of drinks, let's say 1, 2, something like that, and paste. No, before I paste that, undo that, undo the cost of drinks. Then I'm going to have to enter txt. Let's say there should be a plus sign there. txt drink cost dot text. There, paste that. So that takes care of the cost of drinks. Get rid of this, that's not needed there. Right, so we have the cost of drinks in place. Let's take care of, let me copy it like this. I'll just copy it all and I just change it around. Now the next one is going to be cost of cakes. Cost of cakes, and this one is going to be txt cakes cost. Yeah, that's easy. Now I'm going to go for service charge. Service charge, and this is going to be service charge as well. Copy that and just put it here. txt service charge. Good. I think I need to do the tax and so on. Let's come down here. That'll be for tax, subtotal, and total. So tax here, tax on order. So this is just going to be tax. There. That's easy. Then the next one here, let's call that subtotal. And this is going to be txt subtotal. Good. And here, finally, this is going to be total. And this is txt total. There. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to just come right here. In the case of total, I don't need any space, so I'm just going to end it right there. There. Take that. Take the X off. Alright. So that is fine. Now I'm going to add a little bit of space. Yeah, something like that, so that I can fit it in properly in a decent way. Right. Okay. I may have to still amend it though. Alright, run. Let's see. Alright. Total and receipt. Look at that, guys. And that's how you create your own cafe management system in Delphi. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and especially the guy who made requests for it. I suppose you enjoyed. You all have a nice day, and bye for now.